Now at 6, students at Pitt State celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with their annual Day of Service. Plus, the Ellis Fine Arts Center in Fort Scott opens its doors to the public to learn about the life of Dr. King. And volunteers head to downtown Joplin to help with some community cleanup for change.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. Those are the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who is honored today around the 4 states and around our nation. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. A lot of people are recognizing Dr. King today by rolling up their sleeves and volunteering throughout the community. King's legacy is one of service, justice, and community building. KOAM's Mitch Adams caught up with several Pitt State students honoring the King Holiday and Service Act, which designated this as a day on, not off.
For some Pittsburgh State University students, a day off is better spent as a day on. To celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the Pittsburgh State Campus Activity Center hosts a day of service in the community.
What we're doing is really trying to motivate our students to get out in the community that they live in, help make it better, and kind of just ingrain them in what Pittsburgh has to offer.
This is not the first year volunteering for many students, including Joey Martin, who's returning to volunteer with the Salvation Army.
This is actually the second year that I've participated in this event. The Reverend King left a lasting impact and legacy of service throughout our country. And so I believe it's important for students to take initiative and step up and serve their community.
Organizers say the event reflects Dr. King's values of service, no matter how big or small.
I think it's just a really great thing for our students, our staff, our faculty to get involved with. I'm hoping that new students who are participating in this activity, but also our returners, are able to leave today knowing that they're making Pittsburgh a better place.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Kansas, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Aside from the Salvation Army, volunteers pitched in at the Wesley House, the Lord's Diner, and the SEK Humane Society. The Ellis Fine Arts Center in Fort Scott invited the public to learn more about the life of Dr. King. That 4-day celebration wrapped up today with a screening of the documentary Remembrance of Martin, along with plenty of community discussion.
You know, we just automatically just didn't come to where we're at right now. We're on the shoulders of giants and people and unsung heroes that came before us to provide opportunities we have and to encourage integration and celebrate our lives, diversity in all of our lives. And so we're here to pay tribute to folks like Martin Luther King and, of course, with Gordon Parks, too, as well.
The event also featured a canned food drive and a presentation from Dr. Prisha Barnes discussing democracy and the responsibilities of citizenship. Volunteers in Joplin also marked the day with some community service. The annual Cleanup for Change took place at the Mini Hackney Service Center in downtown Joplin. Folks rolled up their sleeves and put their work in by treating the center to a good old-fashioned cleaning ahead of the center's role as a warming center.
So the Community Service Center is used for a lot of things. So we wanted to clean inside. It gets used in the winter for a warming center, so we just wanted to clean the inside and get ready for that.
The Mini Hackney Community Service Center has been serving Joplin for 80 years by offering meeting space, civic classes, services for the elderly, and resources for the needy. Boy, it's cold out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Austin Stance.
Yeah, commute hour in full effect this evening, Dow. So as people are heading home this evening, I'm sure you got that heater cranked up tonight. Taking a look at Rangeline and East 7th Street right now. Just some light traffic on the roadways. Road conditions are dry right now. Winds out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. 19 degrees is what it feels like outside. So as Dow said, it's cold. Even colder than we were just 24 hours ago. Anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees colder at this time. Now, taking a look at temperatures as we head into the evening tonight, we're going to see temperatures falling into the teens tonight. So it's going to get pretty chilly out there, but the feel-like temperature going to drop to those single digits tonight. So it's going to be another chilly one. So make sure to have a couple extra blankets ready to go. We'll break down those single-digit wind chills, the warm-up that's on the way as we head into the midweek, and those weekend snow chances. All those details coming up.
All right, catch you soon. Joplin investigators say a crash this morning on South Range Line involved a drunk driver. A southbound car crossed into the opposite lanes and struck a pickup pulling a forklift on a trailer. A van was also damaged in a minor way. Responders took the driver to the hospital, the driver of the car to the area hospital. A Missouri Senate committee prepares to hear testimony this week on legislation addressing online sextortion. The Evans Voice Act honors 16-year-old Evan Bettler of Aurora, Missouri, who died by suicide after online exploitation. Someone coerced Evan into sending a compromising photo, then threatened to share it with people he knew. The bill creates the offense of grooming a minor as a Class B felony and makes it a Class A felony if sexual contact occurs.
We're trying to hold people accountable and penalize them for these acts, but there isn't currently legislation out or laws that have been passed to prevent these things from happening online.
The Bettlers and Aurora Police Chief Wes Coatney testified before the House committee last week. They're going to appear before the Senate committee Wednesday to advocate for that bill's passage. Coatney says current state law provides limited tools for investigating online exploitation classes. Change of leadership coming up. How changes for the Army Corps of Engineers in Arkansas could mean improvements for Table Rock Lake. Plus, one aviation company helps some kids in Northwest Arkansas make their wishes come true.
Bag sale is here.
Bentonville, Arkansas to Orlando isn't a competitive air route. Flights are expensive and non-stops are uncommon. But as Bo Russell reports, one charter aviation company is helping bring sick kids from the area to Disney World.
After 40 years of granting wishes in Arkansas, another wish is taking flight. For Leo and his family, this flight means more than just a trip. It's a break from hospital visits, treatments, and tough days.
A lot of kids go through their treatments and they don't get a choice whether or not they have to show up or to get hooked up to a machine.
But Kate Richardson with Make-A-Wish in Northwest Arkansas says days like today help give children back the power of choice.
It is seeing children get their autonomy back, getting to choose exactly what they want to do when they want to do.
She says that when granting a wish, one of the biggest challenges is how to get there.
One of the most expensive parts of a travel wish is the actual travel.
That's why she says she's grateful that Buffalo River Aviation is stepping up to help make dreams come true.
So we're here to give the gift of travel to an amazing young man.
Buffalo River Aviation is turning a long, complicated trip into a simple 3-hour flight.
So they're headed to Disney World, and so we're taking them into Orlando. They'll be there for the week, and then we'll bring them home this next weekend as well.
For Make-A-Wish, partnerships like this are essential, especially as more kids are waiting their turn.
Nearly 70% of our kids choose travel as their wish, and so without partnerships like this, we just wouldn't be able to impact so many kids.
But Kate says days like today make all the challenges worth it.
And so seeing their face when they realize this is really all about me, I get to choose this again, is my favorite part.
Another wish granted with a little help from some local friends.
Albert says he's planning to expand, which could mean more flights for more kids in different cities. A little bit later, it's tournament time for some schools in southeast Kansas. Ben McLeish has more from the Lancer Classic.
Well, it's cold air on the way now. We're going to see a thaw out coming as we head into Tuesday. I have all those details coming up. There was a lot of sunshine out there to be found for your Monday, but I did not want to be in it. I don't know about you. It was cold out there. We had that Arctic high that moved in. We're seeing some clear conditions around the 4 states right now. But while it's cold, you notice the stationary front off to our west, and then we have this boundary. This boundary moves east, helps this warm air take over the stationary front. That'll actually become a warm front push east, bringing us some warm air heading into our Tuesday. Now, for now, heading into this evening, we have to get through one more night here of some really cold temperatures before we get to the warmer air tomorrow. So we'll be dropping down into the teens tonight, mostly clear conditions. There's an opportunity to see the auroras borealis tonight, but it's mainly off to the north. You'd have to use your cell phone if you even wanted to try, and it's going to be really cold out there, so I personally don't recommend it. Wind chills tonight between 5 and 10 degrees out there. Yes, we are headed back into the single digits. That's what it's going to feel like out there. So I will be in bed with 2 or 3 extra blankets, maybe even a heated blanket. If you have one, that might be a good idea. Now, as we head into tomorrow, though, our winds shifting back out of the south. Winds will be around 20, could see an isolated gust around 25 heading into our Tuesday. But look at this, 48 degrees. It's a heat wave. I'm breaking out the swimsuit, guys. It's going to be gorgeous out there. 48 degrees, going to feel great for our Tuesday. Still a bit breezy out there. Now, heading from Wednesday into Thursday, all right, we have some changes. A sprinkle or two possible. Nearing 50. I wouldn't be surprised if we break into 50 on Wednesday. Now, heading into our Thursday, some cloud cover begins to move into the 4 states areas, becoming mostly cloudy, a little bit cooler as well. Temperatures only making their way to near the mid-40s. Now, by Friday, that's when some changes are coming in. We're going to see winds back out of the north. The cold front passes. We're also going to see the potential for maybe a few snow showers with these temperatures. Eyes off the snow. Take a look at this. 5 degrees. That's air temperature, not including wind chill. We'll be talking about wind chills negative 15, maybe even negative 20 as we head into the weekend. So with those temperatures, any snowfall would accumulate. So even if it was an inch of snowfall, it's going to stick around. But we're not talking about accumulation just yet. We have this low pressure, or excuse me, this upper level low off to our west here in California. Notice how it's closed off. It doesn't move, but what it does do is it shoots out some energy off to the east, creating a short wave. But here's the potential for some snowfall that we're seeing over the weekend. Everything has to line up here. We need cold air to move in exactly as that warmer air is meeting up with that surface low from that short wave. So everything has to come together at the exact right time with this, because a short wave also means it's not sticking around long. It's a very quick moving system. So we're not going to have a ton of time to develop some snowfall here. So we're keeping a close eye on this, because any changes in the jet stream whatsoever significantly impact that accumulating factor of snowfall. So we're not talking about it just yet, but keeping our eye on it very closely. But what we do need to be aware of are these temperatures Friday, Saturday, into Sunday as well. Then heading into next week, we're warming back up down, getting us right back to around average. But man, are we going to go through a freeze?
Yeah, it's been bitterly cold. Getting back to average sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, feel like playing a game of freeze tag out there.
Exactly, thanks. New leadership at the Army Corps of Engineers Little Rock office brings hope for Southwest Missouri residents near Table Rock Lake. The Corps maintains the lake's conditions, but has faced criticism from Missouri congressional members for years. Last week, the sitting district commander, Colonel Patrick Calkin, was removed after just 5 months for a loss of confidence. Lieutenant Colonel Jesse Carter now serves as interim district commander. We're going to have more on this story for you coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Still ahead, a preview of the College Football National Championship, plus the 2026 Lancer Classic tips off at Southeast High School. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
The 2026 Lancer Classic tips off today at Southeast High School with a full slate of games in the girls' bracket. Starting off the day, it's Neodesha versus Baxter Springs. In the opening minutes, the Blue Streaks passing around the key, eventually finding Olivia Morrison in the paint, who puts it in as Neodesha takes a 5-point lead. Now on the fast break, Hadley Carpenter finding Allison Stover, who outruns the defense and lays it in for the Blue Streaks. The Lions looking to respond, but Tiana Sanders tips it to her teammate Stover. Back to Sanders, and Sanders knocks it down over the defender as the Blue Streaks continue to capitalize in transition. Ava Gooch with the 3-point attempt. It's wide, but Stover's right there for the board and basket as Neodesha continues to dominate. Back on offense, the Blue Streaks passing around, getting it to Stover, who pulls up from 3 and drains the triple to give Neodesha the 14-point lead. with the ball again. This time, Combs tries her luck from three. It's nothing but net, and the Blue Streaks remain red hot. On another fast break, it's Combs to Gooch to Morrison and in as Neodesha holds Baxter Springs scoreless in the first quarter. But the Lions look for a fresh start in the second. It's Malaya Avery knocking down the jump shot to put Baxter on the board. But they couldn't hold off the Blue Streaks for long. Combs open from three again, stepping back and nailing the tray for Neodesha as the Blue Streaks cruise to a win in the tournament opener. And we've got two more games coming up tonight at 7. We've got an out-of-state battle as the Commerce Tigers take on the Columbus Titans. And end off the night, the Riverton Rams duel the Parsons Vikings for the final spot in the winner's bracket. And over in Miami, Florida, it's the biggest night of the year for college football fans. The Indiana Hoosiers and Miami Hurricanes duke it out in the national championship game. Undefeated Indiana is having the perfect season. Led by Heisman-winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza, the Hoosiers look to complete the first 16-0 season since the 1894 Yale Bulldogs. But it won't be an easy task. 10-seed Miami Hurricanes are one of the hottest teams in the country, and they'll be playing in their home stadium. The last team into the tournament, the Hurricanes surprised everyone when they took down nationally second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes on New Year's Eve. So it's the juggernaut versus the underdog, the number one team versus the team everyone doubted. It all comes down to this: 60 minutes to decide a champion. Kickoff from Hard Rock Stadium is in less than 10 minutes. An exciting matchup now. It all comes down to this: two teams that probably a lot of people didn't expect coming into this year.
Yeah, but we're going to find out soon enough which one is the best in the land.
Yep, glory forever.
You bet. We'll be right back.
Phoenix 4-State Hero.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Changes at the top of the Army Corps of Engineers in Arkansas. We'll have more about what this means for Table Rock Lake in Branson, Missouri. Plus, European leaders fire back at the White House after the latest calls for the acquisition of Greenland. And we're going to take a look at Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebrations all across the nation. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hey, to be the first to see breaking news rather in sports, why don't you download the KOAM News app? In fact, if you haven't done it already, why not? It's really simple. You see the code right there. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. If you're interested and you really bundle up, you might be able to see the Northern Lights tonight. From 10 tonight until 2 a.m., the Aurora Borealis might be visible to parts of the 4 states. The aurora might only be visible through your phone, however, so you would want to show off your flash adjust for exposure settings. And more importantly than that, it's going to be bitterly cold out there. So if you're going to be out at all, you want to make it brief for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, maybe just pop your door open if you're facing north, try to get your phone out. But look at these wind chill values here, feeling like 7 degrees out there tonight. So it is definitely going to be a cold one for sure. We're also going to see some winds around 10, 15 miles per hour. But heading into the weekend, we get warmer before the weekend and then some potential for some snow flurries. But leave the bread on the shelves for right now.
Yeah, we'll see as it gets closer. Final sports notes.
Well, I'm assuming it's a little bit warmer in Miami, Florida. That's where the national championship for college football takes place in just a few minutes. Indiana versus Miami for all the glory.
All right, we'll find out what happens there. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.